because this is like my second year coming into studying like stuff from the Quran and Islam. So it's just.
Can I show you something in the Quran?
Yeah, you can.
Give me Surah 2:21, 2:121. Let me show you something in the Quran. Yeah, Surah. Oh yeah, here we go right here. We got the Quran. We go into other books now. Look, here. This is Surah 2 and 121, right? It says, "O children of Israel, remember my favor which I have bestowed upon you, that I prefer you over the worlds." Didn't the Bible just say that? We the children of Israel, right?
Yeah.
So look, why would we need the Quran when it said God of favorites when we just read the Israelite book? What we need the Quran for? The Quran is the Prophet Muhammad, right? So-called Prophet Muhammad, right?
Yes.
I would argue that he never prophesied nothing, right? But why would I read a book when it says the children of Israel are the chosen? Let me just go ahead and read my source. What I need the watered down version for? You see what I'm saying?
I do understand.
You see what I'm saying? Why would I go? That's like going and get a knockoff on 7th Street. What am I gonna get the knockoff for when I can get the top of the line, top shelf game? You don't even seem like somebody that like knockoffs. You seem a little bougie to me.
I know I'm not bougie. I just like original, like one of a
so
kind
let's stick
pieces.
to the original.
Yeah, like I buy one. They only made.
I don't mean in a bad way though. I don't mean no. West Side Girls, not bad. Like West Side Girls, y'all keep yourself.
Everywhere Los Angeles.
I grew up on the East Side.
Yeah, me too. I was born in Watts. I was born at Martin Luther King Hospital, and my mom stayed west.
Yeah, she taught you well, because you know how it is back over there. It's grimy.
Different.
It's real grimy.
But for me, it feels richer. I know what you mean when you say it's grimy, but for me, I feel more rich in culture.
Now because they trying to trying to get back our. They're trying to buy it up.
Oh yeah, they want the flatlands. Oh yeah, I spoke with Caucasian people who actually confessed out of their mouth why they want the flatlands. They tired of all the disasters. They tired of their houses falling. They want
the fires. They said we're gonna come back here and take y'all land.
Yeah, they want all of this back.
Absolutely. So we gotta stay together. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Now look, going back to the Quran, right? Give me in the Quran. Go look it up online. Give me you don't got your phone with you? I get it real quick. I'm gonna go into the Quran. I just want to show you something out of the Quran.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Quran, I would argue, is kind of like a waste of our time. When he already told us we the children of Israel. But watch this. This is out of the Quran, chapter 3, verse 84, right?
Okay.
It says, "We have believed in Allah and in what he revealed to us, and what he would reveal to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and his descendants, and in what was given to Moses and Jesus and to the prophets from them. We make no distinction between any of them, and we are Muslims submitting to him." So what it's saying is, let me break it down to language time.
I understand you, but I'm listening to you with a mixture of what you just said before, and a part of me wants to say that I believe in the order. So I believe that, like you said, things were prophesied that were to come. And in the Bible, it do tell you of a prophet of Elijah that was to come. So I believe that in that time they were speaking it, and that prophet did come. We did have a prophet who came in, and they said he was to come to save the lost people. And I feel like there's nobody more lost than the black man and the black woman in America.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to say that I disagree that he is. But it's a lot of stuff like in the Book of Wisdom, the things they expose. Now, I read Ezekiel and I was shocked because more recently, I was like, I never thought the Bible talked about spaceships until I read Ezekiel. And it's in the beginning, the first freaking chapter. It talks about the spaceships and the 4 kinds of men that were seen. And I was like, oh my God, no pastor, nobody had ever. In church, I hear Christians saying that motherships and ships are not real and stuff like that. And I'm like, what? Did y'all read the book of Ezekiel? Because it describes it. It talks about the eyes on it, what happened. And I'm like, what the hell? So it's very conflicting. For me, that's what I said. I'm working on a lot of self stuff right now. And a lot of stuff, it brushes, you know? And seeing that thing, but I'm never discouraged. And that's my main. My Holy
thing.
Bible is that's not leaving me. That's what I refer
That's what
to.
you refer to.
Majority.
All praises.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna give you some understanding, right? They
Okay.
talk about the prophets. The scriptures do talk about a prophet Elijah.
Yes.
And I'm gonna give you that prophecy already was fulfilled
Yes.
before the Muslim Elijah. I'm gonna show you that
Okay.
happened way before him. Right?
Okay.
Watch this. Read that.
Malachi chapter 4, verse 4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded to him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet
That's what you're talking about, right? I'm gonna send you Elijah the prophet. Watch this.
before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
Absolutely. So we talked about the prophet Elijah, right? Now, so we're gonna get who Elijah was, right? And who was that talking about? Let's get verse 10. Matthew chapter 17 and 10.
Matthew chapter 17, verse 10. And his disciples asked him, saying, Why? Then say the scribes that Elias must first come.
That's how you say it in Greek. Elijah, you say it in Greek, Elias, right?
Okay.
Why should Elijah must come first? Watch this.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall come first.
Which he's surely supposed to come first. That's what we're talking about right here. And Malachi is talking about Elias. Watch this.
And restore all things.
Restore all things. Watch this.
But I say unto you, that Elias is come already.
He what?
Elias is come
He
already.
already came before Christ. We're going to show you who he is. Keep reading.
And they knew him not,
And they didn't know who he was. Watch this.
but have done unto him whatsoever they listed.
Right? They did him dirty like they did me. Watch this.
Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them.
Read.
Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist.
John the Baptist is Elijah.
Yeah. Oh, which was Jesus' best friend, and he was beheaded, right?
He was Jesus' cousin.
He was cousin.
beheaded,
He
yeah.
was beheaded.
So Elijah already came. You see what I'm saying? So the so-called prophet Elijah is they're not talking about him. They're talking about John the Baptist. He came 2,000 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So he already came. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you see why you gotta keep with
You
brothers
gotta
that know the
keep
Bible?
studying.
You gotta keep studying.
Yeah.
You gotta get with brothers that understand, give you the understanding. Because Most High said, like, how you gonna know this stuff if you don't gotta teach it? Romans 10 and 14. You gotta see. You got a lot of good knowledge in your own system. Now you gotta give it some sharp brothers that's gonna lead your way and show you how to do this the right way. This ain't no coincidence. You see what I'm saying? Most High wants you to meet us today. You know what I'm saying? Because you can find on your path, you digging, you hungry, now you got your answer. Anything you ask is gonna be able to answer it on the Bible. Read that.
So 10 and 14?
10 and 14.
Romans 10 and 14.
Romans.
I think it's
Romans 10 and 14.
Romans chapter 10, verse 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?
Without a teacher. How are you going to hear without a teacher? You need a teacher. How are we going to understand these things about Malachi without somebody giving me the understanding? You see what I'm saying? We always babies at one point, got fervent in the spirit, we waxed strong, and now we're able to answer the questions. You know what I'm saying? Provide contextual understanding for you. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will take that Elijah and take it out of context. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? John the
Yeah.
Baptist was Elijah.
Yeah.
You know, regenerated, reincarnated. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Read.
And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is
And look,
written.
hold on. We can't do this without God. We heavenly sent. Every one of these brothers is out here because the Most High God ordained this to happen. We didn't come out here on our own accord. This brother drove 200 miles down there. That's the Most High. Hey, man, get up today. You're going to go down there with the brothers. Man, it's going to the Lord. We don't got no control over what we're doing.
Yeah.
We understand it, but we tell the Father every day, possess us with your Holy Spirit. We want you to possess us. We want you to control us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring it
we
out.
want you to tell us and give us instructions, man. So
Come on.
stay within your heavenly realm, right? Read.
except they be sent, as it is written.
Except they be sent. We all heavily sent. You know what I'm saying? We heavily sent. Every one of us is heavily sent, right? Let's sit on that, right? So nevertheless, you see that. Now look, the Quran told us, right? I want to get back to that because I know that's what you said, right?
Okay.
The Quran told us you got to read the Bible, right? You say you got to believe in Moses, you got to believe in Jesus, you got to believe in Abraham, right? Well, Christ is the whole book. It comes in the volume of the book. He said it's written to me. It's talking about me. So now let's read the Bible. Why are we going to read? Let's keep it 100, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. Why are we going to read the knockoffs? When I can get the real thing. Even your Quran said go get the real things.
It does. That's why I'm saying I have to, no matter
That's what
what
it said. He said, and you got to submit to him.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and see what the Bible says. Give me Ezekiel 38, 17.
38:17.
Hey, they rich over here on the west side, right? All I've been seeing is Beamer Benz and Bentley's, man. Beamer
What
Benz
do
and
you
Bentley's.
mean? That's not on the east side?
Nope.
Hell no.
Good.
On the east side, you see Toyota Camrys, 97, broke down.
Years, Optimus.
Beat up Chargers.
One eye.
What? They got
Gang beat up
one
Chargers.
eye. You know what I'm saying? They got two Rams, two hubcaps in the back.
A Dodge Magnum.
Nah, Eastside came up on that government money though.
Yeah, they up now, though. They
Oh
up.
my God,
Read that.
yes.
Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 17. Thus said the Lord God, art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants, the prophets of Israel?
Prophets of what?
The prophets of Israel.
So the boy, who wrote the Quran, well, he didn't write it. He actually recited it. You know what I'm saying? Did you know that he couldn't read? The prophet, so-called Prophet Muhammad. He mean my Babylon and Timbuktu. He couldn't read.
No.
So how was he able to gather information?
I never knew that.
Absolutely.
You didn't know that?
No, I
He
did
was
not.
illiterate.
He was illiterate.
And he was a pedophile.
And he married a 9-year-old.
He married a 9. We're gonna bring it all up. I want to make sure next time, I want you to go back and read all this stuff. That you're gonna be able to compare the contrast and see what's holy and what's not. The Quran is garbage. It's toilet paper. 100% pure garbage, right? He said now the prophets are the Israelites,
What
right?
is this book?
Babylon and Timbuktu. It's the brother Rudolph R. Renzer.
Okay.
He's a historian. You know what I'm saying? He
Okay.
documented a lot of things. He went over there to Babylon, Timbuktu, and he gathered a lot of records in
Okay.
history. So now we're gonna read some of these records. We talk a lot about the so-called Prophet Muhammad, right? So we're gonna get some understanding of the Prophet Muhammad and how he came to pass, right? Go ahead and read this one.
Page 45. When Muhammad was born, many Arabs were still worshiping the sun, stars, spirits, and idols. The Arabs possessed 360 idols, one for each day of the year.
So before Muhammad, the Arabs' religion was to worship the stars, the constellations. Everyone for a different day. You see what I'm saying? Muhammad knew that. Watch this.
Muhammad was born AD 570. 4 years.
So almost 600 years after Christ, he was born, right?
Okay.
Now Christ said, look, I'm the end. I'm the beginning and the end. Nobody gonna come after me. So that already disannulled him being a prophet, because Christ said, I'm the end. See what I'm saying? He said, if you add into this book, I'm gonna add plagues into you. If you subtract or take away, like bootleg Christianity, I'm gonna take you out. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get
That's
the plagues, right? Read.
4 years after the death of Emperor Justinian, he was descended from the tribe of Koresh and the family of Hosha. His mentality was prodigious. In his youth, he was never taught to read or write.
You heard that? You heard that,
Yeah,
Mama?
in
Read
his
that?
youth, he was never taught to read or
He was
write.
never taught to read or write. So he had to use imagination. And
Yeah.
boy, if you read the Quran, he had a damn imagination, man.
Yeah, he did.
He had imagination out this world, man. This nigga was believing in all type of stuff that don't make no sense. Read.
But his imagination
Bring that out.
was superlative. Muhammad was an extraordinary handsome man, an eloquent and motivating man with the power of words.
Yeah, jump down.
After Muhammad became a camel driver, he traveled to remote and interviewing lands. On his business trips, he met Jews, Christians, and members of other sects. He integrated them concerning the tenets of their religions. He frequented
Hold on, he met Jews. You see that?
Yes.
He met Israelites, our people.
Yes.
And he asked them about their customs,
Yes.
their practices. Watch this, read.
He frequented the environment of the Jews and their rabbis,
he came to our teachers. This is how he was able to form the Quran. This is why you see a lot of things in the Bible similar to the
That's
Quran.
similar,
Because he
yeah.
got everything from us. He hijacked our ethnicity. Watch this, read.
Mostly because they were merchants and an omnipotent ethnic group.
Omnipotent people. You know what I'm saying? We was everywhere.
Yeah.
Omnipresent. We was everywhere, right?
Everywhere, yeah.
Watch that. Keep reading.
Because he could not read or write.
Because he could not what?
Because he could not read or write.
So if you couldn't read or write the Quran, how do you get the Quran? Copy and paste. Plagiarism. That's exactly what he did. Read.
His ears were attentive and keen to everything that the Jews related to
He
him.
was very, very attentive. He listened. He went around and was getting up that game. He said, I'm going to start my own religion, right? Keep reading.
Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion and compounded it with his new religion, Islam.
Right? Get back to our ethnicity, our practices, right? And compounded it and made Islam. Right? Now watch this. I bet you didn't know in the Hadith that Muhammad said it's okay to have black slaves.
So what?
Muhammad said it's okay to have black slaves. Watch this. This in the Hadith. Yeah.
I came, and behold, Allah's messenger was staying on a mashroba attic room, and a black slave of Allah's messenger,
A what?
a black slave of Allah's messenger,
So he owns slaves. You skipped over that one, mama. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. That's in the Hadith.
Owned slaves and he was beating
This is
them
why
all.
when we see our people in Islam, we gotta teach them. We spit on that book, man. You see what I'm saying? Because that book is disgraceful. We talking about you ingratiating, it's sensationalizing our slavery and what our foremothers went through. You see all the stuff that we went through? How the hell do you sensationalize that? We talk about that. You see what our forefathers went through? They put this back so much that it became a scab.
Yeah, this is the
Everlasting
over.
scab.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, on his back. And this is aftermath. You know what I'm saying? This is how they was doing this.
Yeah.
Look at how they was doing our foremothers,
Yeah.
having in the battlefield. You see what I'm saying? Look at all these things that's going on. It got us chained and shackled. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is why we don't deal with the other nations because they got to pay for that. But nevertheless, in the hadiths, he said it's okay to have black slaves, right? Let me get some more. Let's get some more. Read this one. There's another hadith, right? Read all right, start right here. I'll highlight it. The highlight. What
then,
my brother Roger was bringing up.
then she took me into the house. Into the house, for what?
I'll read it. I'm gonna read it. This is another hadith, right?
Okay.
It says, then she took me into the house. There in the house I saw women who said best wishes and Allah blessings and good luck. Then she entrusted me to them and they prepared me for marriage. Unexpectedly, Allah's apostle came to me in the forenoon and my mother handed me over to him, and at the time I was a girl of 9 years old.
King Petty.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 7.
Your daughter is not even 7. So it's 2
She'll be
years.
7
Would you give her to one of these
I
grown men?
would never.
Well, your prophet said it's okay.
Everybody.
You see what I'm saying? This is why we shit on this book. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't want to come out with it right
Oh,
away.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to show you
appreciate
there's a
that.
lot of stuff in here. I'm going to give you one more, Mama. I'm going to give you one more before I let you leave. Right? This is why we call it the unholy Quran. Anybody in their mind thinking that it's okay for this little beautiful girl to marry one of these grown men is sick as hell.
Sick
and he
as
deserve to be thrown under the damn jail and hung and lynched.
Whoa.
Right. That's what
It's
the
true.
so-called prophet
Yes,
Muhammad
yes.
said it was cool, right?
Yes.
Let's get a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more out of here. I'm gonna show you how he owns
Yeah,
slaves.
can you sum it up for me?
Oh yeah, for little
Yeah.
mama, right? Little mama. She ready to go. She like y'all take it. Can we get you? You on Facebook or something like that? Is it okay?
I do. I'm not a
You want a
social
YouTube too?
bird.
You wanna go
I
on
do
YouTube?
refer to YouTube, and I
YouTube,
do
check-
have an Instagram.
Check out our YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's called Believers of the Way.
Believers of the
Yeah,
Way.
You got your
Yeah, get your. Yeah, go ahead and get it. Going to the YouTube, he'll type it up and subscribe, right?
Okay.
It's good for you to know this stuff, right?
That's the one where you said it would be
I think we got to on this.
Yeah, you got it.
Subscribe. Uh-oh, wait.
That's okay.
Uh-huh.
That's
Okay.
subscribe. But turn the bell on so.
Oh, yeah, the new stuff. Okay.
Now look, I'm
Where
gonna
my
read this.
guy
This the
at?
last one.
He the first face.
These the last one. This the last thing I wanted.
Okay.
History. This is documented on the so-called prophet Muhammad, right?
Page 50. So it was with Muhammad. He had come to a point of no return. He became a religious extremist in order to give his people a better life on a rapid scale. Muhammad came to the conclusion that all means of persuasion had been exhausted. The period of patience was past, and he was now
He was trying to get
determined.
people to join Islam, but he was like, all right, y'all tripping now. Watch this. He determined because he was ambitious. Watch this.
He was determined to propagate his religion by the sword.
This is why you see a lot of our people into Islam, because he said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna force y'all to be Islam. Y'all don't want to submit to what I'm telling you, so I'm gonna force y'all to be Muslim. Watch this.
For he said, I, last of the prophets, am sent with a sword.
Lies. Read.
The sword is the key to heaven and hell. All who draw it in the name of the faith will be rewarded.
Nowhere in the Bible. That's bullshit. Read.
Muhammad became a martial prophet. And
what?
Muhammad became a martial prophet.
He became a killer of our people. You gonna serve Islam or I'm gonna shoot you. Read.
And the pagans and stubborn Jews became his victims.
Who became his victims?
And the pagans and stubborn Jews became his victims.
Pagans, the ones that into all that idolatry and weirdness, and us became his victims. He started killing us. Read.
Muhammad carried out his best sold threat, executed the Jews, and the women were sold.
Put our women in slavery. So somebody like you and your daughter would have been put in slavery, and he would have chipped all of us. Have Muhammad walking the earth right now. You might want to go back into the Quran, sweetheart. Now this video is gonna be up. We're gonna watch it again. I want you to go back and make sure everything we said and check it out.
Yeah, I am. That's
Okay,
what
check
I
it out,
do.
right?
Let me get the book again so I
Oh, the
can
Babylon
order
and
it.
Timbuktu.
Yes.
Yeah, we the water. Yeah, we already got it. We cut them up.
That's
Right?
a good one.
I know my brother is by now.
Keep bringing out that madness in Quran 4 and 34.
You take a picture of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know the typing is funny sometimes.
Yeah, we already brought that one out though. We already brought that one out. So
Oh,
4 and 34, yeah, we brought it out already.
Got it?
oh yeah, I already know.
Thank you so
Okay, Mama.
much.
Appreciate
God
you.
bless you all.
God bless you.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Oh, praise. Hey, clap it up for my sis, man. Clap it up for her. So look, I'm gonna go in a little bit more on this damn bullshit religion, man. You see what I'm saying? You see that madness? Y'all see that madness, man? See, they got our people deceived. They don't know what's going on, man. That's why the prophets gotta be out here. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be out here because they don't know no better, man. They lost sheep running around. They don't know what's going on. Give me Psalms.
You see, she was shocked to learn that.
147. I was shocked. Absolutely. There's madness in there, man. Burn that damn book. That's right. Psalms 147, verse 19.
Psalm chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation.
So I don't know how the hell y'all can have a so-called prophet of Muhammad when the scriptures clearly tell you he ain't dealt with no other nation. And your bullshit Quran says you have to read the Bible. So who's lying?
Bring it out,
Burn that
huh?
damn book. You know what I'm
Simone.
saying? Burn it. It's off. You know what I'm saying?
Speak to the
It's
people,
100% off, man. Give
Speak to the
me
people.
Amos 3. We're gonna bring it out, man. Give me Amos 3, verse 1.
Bring it all the way out.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of
Yo,
Israel.
Ishmael,
O children of Israel.
talking about the Israelites. Never in the hell you ever gonna see talking about no goddamn Prophet Muhammad. That's garbage. That's for baloney and 100% pure garbage, man. We piss on that damn book, man. Because that's what it is, man. It ain't nothing but toilet paper, man. Free.
Right. Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all...
He know Ishmael too.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
And you can't deny these scriptures. This is why the Muslims don't never want no smoke with us. Because your bullshit Quran say you gotta submit to the Bible. And the my Bible and the Torah and the Tanakh are gonna cut you up every day. Keep reading.
Right.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
That's why we get punished. God said, I'm punishing y'all. I'm on y'all heads, right? I'm gonna keep taking y'all down for y'all sins, for y'all lies, for y'all keep going on. I'm gonna deal with y'all. You understand Amos 2, verse 11? Yeah, go ahead, read that out.
Amos chapter 2, verse 11. And I raised up of your sons for prophets.
So we the offsprings of the people that you talking about Amos, man. The sons and daughters of this people, we are those people. Watch this.
And of your young men of Nazarites. It is not even thus, O ye children of Israel.
Who?
O you children of Israel.
Nah, you said Ishmael.
O you children of Israel.
Clear cut.
God.
Right? Keep reading. We gonna beat it over the head, man. We gonna bury this bullshit Quran, Islam, Muslim BS once and for all.
Bring it all the way out.
Joel chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
I'm in the midst of who?
Israel.
He's dealing with the Israelites, nobody else. Read.
And that I am the Lord your God.
I'm everybody God.
Your God.
I'm only dealing with y'all. That's possessive pronouns. Your God.
And none else.
Hey, close, bury, cut the damn mic off, man, after that. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with our people, man? You know what it is? They don't read. They don't got discipline, man. You see what I'm saying? They don't got discipline. Let's go ahead and get Genesis. Let's talk about it. Genesis 17. Let's talk about the covenant, man, and who was given to us. Where's one?
Genesis chapter 17, verse 1. And when Abraham was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Alpha, Salakia, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and I will multiply thy exceedingly.
He said, I'm going to make a covenant between me and your seed after you. Let's go drop down and see what seed he's talking about. Drop down to the point. I think it's like when he's talking about Isaac, and Isaac see what seed called. Read like this. Start at 19.
Verse 19. And God said, Sarah, thy wife shall bear thee a son.
So
Indeed.
notice he already had a kid, right? He already had Ishmael right here. He said, but no, Sarah's going to bear you a son. Your wife is going to bear your son, not your concubine, right? Your wife. The one that get to roll up in the car, big homie, Ishba. Not the one that got to, clean and stay outside, right? He said, no, the one that roll with you, your wife, or lay down with you every night. She's going to bear your son, Reed.
And thou shalt call his name Isaac.
No, Ishmael.
Isaac.
Clear in the Torah right here.
Bring it out.
Call him Isaac, not Ishmael. Read.
And I will establish my covenant with him.
With who?
With him.
Not with Ishmael.
With him.
Not with the Arabs.
With him.
Keep reading.
For an everlasting covenant.
For everlasting
Forever.
covenant. There ain't no way in hell you goddamn heathens is going to come into our covenant, man. Most High God can't lie. It's impossible, right? Read what you got.
Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 7. When it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites...
No, the Arabians, what?
And the Arabians...
The Arabs, the Arabians, read.
And the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth and conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem.
So these goddamn Arabs fought against Jerusalem according to the Bible. They're enemies to God. How the hell they in the covenant when the Lord just called them enemies, man? Right? He just said they conspire with all the other nations that go against Jerusalem. Arabians, read it from the top. Make sure you say Arabian. Say Arabian.
Verse 7. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites.
The Arabians, right? Conspired. Go get to the point where it said conspired.
And conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem.
Fight against us, man. Y'all gotta pay for that. You damn Arabs.
That's right.
Damn stinking, dirty. You know what I'm saying? Camel driving up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all about to have me cuss out here. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it on.
Hell no, y'all ain't a part of our covenant, man. He said, "In Isaac shall thy seed be called."
That's right.
You better stop playing with our Lord, man. You can't lie. Y'all making a mockery of our God. We're gonna come and cut and dispel all that madness, man. The only reason why you niggas is into Muslims and into Islam is because y'all was forced to, man. In the sub-Saharan slave trade, man. Just like a lot of our people was forced to be who-led Christians.
Bring it out.
Right? Read.
Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. And the people also, whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sake. As for the other people,
So Ishmael and the Arabs, right? Read.
which also come of Adam,
Everybody come from Adam, right? But he's divided the nations. He gave everybody their individual bloodline, right? We all go back to Adam, but nevertheless, we are our own nations, right? Read.
thou hast said, they are nothing.
What he say about Ishmael?
They are nothing.
He ain't nothing to God.
Check it out.
Absolutely nothing. Read.
But be like unto spittle.
Huh. That's how God feel about you goddamn Arabs, right? I know y'all got happy because y'all in the book, but God said y'all ain't a goddamn thing to him. But spit, read.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold these heathens, which have ever been reputed as
The
nothing.
Lord said these heathens ain't never been nothing but nothing. I made them to be y'all slaves, Israel. Wake the hell up. They always gonna be beneath y'all. How the hell we gonna be equal to somebody that's less than us?
God,
According to God, right? God said they always been nothing. How the hell are they gonna rule over us? Our forefathers is rolling over in their grave right now. You see what I'm saying? Because you got these other nations, Muhammad and them, telling us what to do, hiring us and all that. When they supposed to be cleaning and mopping our floors, not the other way around. It's an allegory. That's what Paul was talking about. He said it's an allegory, man. It's not supposed to be happening. Jerusalem is free above all.
God,
Read.
have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
And we are given to their hands, man. Prophecy fulfilled, right? All of us work for these damn Muhammadans, these damn Edomites, these damn other nations, Elam. They all rule in, you know what I'm saying, and lords over us right now, man. So prophecy fulfilled. That's what we're trying to say. Like, man, this is crazy. I can't believe these nothing-ass people are over us right now, right? If we had to work at any of these establishments, more than likely, we're gonna have to sit down and have our interview with another nation. Am I lying? El Taco, more than likely Esau. McDonald's, more than likely Esau. Everywhere I'm looking, it's Esau or Ammon, or the Moabites, or Elam, or Ishmael. We don't own nothing. We all work for them. You go down Crenshaw, which is primarily a black street. Why you got all the Arabs selling the spices? Why we not up in there? Because the prophecy's been fulfilled over here in the Americas, like it said it would, right? I'm gonna bring these. Ready, right? This is my last one. Bring it up. Genesis 22, verse 2.
Genesis chapter 22, verse 2. And he said, take now thy son, thy only son Isaac.
Who?
Thy only son
You
Isaac.
see that in the scriptures, right? He's not even recognizing Ishmael as his son no more. He said, your only son, Isaac. Read.
Rata.
It's all good. You want to go?
Genesis chapter 22, verse 2. And he said, take now thy son, thy only son Isaac.
Your only son, Isaac. Clear cut, right? So I don't want to hear nothing about no Islam or the so-called Prophet Muhammad. He ain't no damn prophet. You know what I'm saying? Your bullshit Quran say you gotta read the Bible. And the Bible dispelled and cut all that madness, man. So I'm gonna say, death to America!
Death to America!